So I went in the house and I got comfortable and blah blah blah, and I heard the garage door opening maybe 10 minutes later. So I fucking grabbed my backpack and I ran upstairs and I hid in my bedroom in the closet. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna wait for them to leave, wait for her to leave, and then I'll go back down and I'll, watch TV or whatever. They found me. She found me 5 minutes later in my closet. The only reason she knew to look for me was because I was making toast in the middle of when I heard the
Oh my
garage door
god.
opening. So she smelled it, found the toaster, and decided to look. Because what fucking robber is gonna come in and be like,
Make some toast.
"No jewelry? How about that Wonder Bread though?"
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 2 of Throuple Thoughts. I'm OTiempo, or Justin, as you all know. Joined with me, as always, my two wonderful co-hosts, Assy, voice like candy. How you guys doing tonight?
Great.
Doing great.
Amazing.
Nice. Love to hear that. Well, guys, we got a good one planned for you today. Going to be talking over some light topics, nothing super serious, and then we got a little Mother's Day special that we're going to include into today's episode. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, grab a snack and a drink. We're in store for a good show. Also, this one will go towards like a little over the end of the hour, and then we're gonna go into a regular stream. So, stay tuned for that.
Surprise.
Surprise! It's not just a podcast. We're streaming. Let's go.
Murder.
What'd you say?
I said murder.
Yeah, but anyways, I want to quickly just talk about the first podcast because I feel like that went a lot better than I thought it would. I don't know how you guys feel, but I was very proud of how that came out, and the response from everyone was pretty much good. I don't think anyone had anything bad to say about it. Even my mom watched it after the fact. She watched it the next day. I know Scadden watched it the next day. So people seem to enjoy it.
Oh,
People seem to like just enjoy sitting here. They could leave us in the background, just listen. So that's awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here today. For those of you who are not watching it live, watching on YouTube, appreciate y'all too. Drop a like. But yeah, enough about that. How you guys doing this week?
I'm eating
Larissa?
a burrito and it's bomb.
You're
But my
eating
week
a
was
burrito.
yeah. My week was good. I feel like it went by really fast. Like I posted on Snapchat, is it Friday yet? And then I feel like it was like Friday
Yeah,
immediately.
the week seemed to go by really fast for me as well. I feel like ever since I've been posting more on TikTok consistently every day, it's like just the content that I'm trying to push out is making the weeks go by so fast, and I love it. Because before I know it, it's already Friday. We're getting into a Friday stream and doing a podcast. It's awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Marcus?
Mine was my week was kind of slow, but now I'm actually pretty excited because this is my 5-day weekend. So I
Woohoo.
get to sit here
Five
and just,
day weekend. Holy.
yeah, yeah. I get it like
So
every month and a half.
that's a vacation right there.
So
Hell yeah.
yeah, pretty much I get to sit here and just like pull it all day for days.
Yeah, you absolutely
So
love to
I'm
hear
I'm
that.
happy. I'm happy.
Okay, so there is something I want to talk about. Yesterday, as I'm trying to turn on my marquee behind me because I just noticed it was off. All right, there we go. Not yesterday. Last week we talked about, or my topic was the Chinese rocket that had failed. Well, no, it was a successful failure. We'll put it that way. um, they were sending stuff into space to create their own space station. Their rocket made it, but also their launcher made it as well. So update that is due to crash land on Earth sometime between now and tomorrow morning. And it could go anywhere from um, central southern Texas to New York or Africa or Australia. So it's mind blowing to me how they don't know that, how no one knows where it's gonna land. But I understand why.
Well, I saw all the like guidelines of the possible locations, like the lines of like the trail it's taking right now.
Right, right.
And there's so many, like it could land in different countries. Like
Exactly, exactly. There's
like
still a
one,
high chance for it to land in water, but I
yeah,
just think it's crazy because I was thinking about this earlier this week. So the way they, like, if you guys don't know this, the space station obviously is going around the Earth, but it is always falling. Gravity is continuously pulling it towards the Earth. So every so often they have to give themselves a little bump to stay at the proper altitude, I guess, if you want to say it like that. But obviously, that launcher, that Chinese launcher, doesn't have anything like that because it wasn't supposed to be made for that. So its reentry is so unpredictable because it's just moving around space this whole time.
yeah, and
It's
it's not like on a course, it's just going.
exactly, yeah. Um, but I still think it's crazy. Like, I don't know if any main news media have been talking about it, but I've seen everything that I know is from TikTok. It's actually crazy. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Marcus? Possibility of
Oh,
landing in Central Texas.
It
um,
won't.
knowing my odds and the favor that God has for me, it'll be on my house. It'll be in my room.
It- m-
But like Larissa said, I saw the possible locations of where it could land, and it was like just a map of the world, and
Yeah,
yeah,
75% of it was like orange. It's like it could land anywhere in here. I'm like,
exactly.
that's everywhere. That's everywhere except like Antarctica and Iceland.
Yeah, those Eskimos right now are having a party.
Yeah, they're safe. They're
They
safe.
called us crazy. But yeah, man, I just thought that was crazy. I wanted to bring it back up because it was something that we talked about last week and there was an update. So, you know, by tomorrow we'll probably know more.
and by
Uh,
the time this is posted, it'll probably already be crashed.
yeah. And it'll most likely not affect anyone. Knock on wood. I don't have wood in here, but I'm praying. um, and also, so moving right along here. In the spirit of Mother's Day, I think it's only fitting that I share one of my worst Mother's Day experiences, and it does have to do with Voice Like Candy, aka Marcus, who's in here.
Oh my God,
He
no.
knows what it's going to be, and you know it's just it's fitting because this is a huge staple in our friendship. So I feel like everyone should have a chance to know. So a little backstory: I've known Marcus for a long time. Like ever, it had to be like 2014, right? When we met, or
I want to say
2015.
around 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah, something
So
like that. Anyway, Marcus and I were working at the same restaurant. It was a little family owned bar and grill. You know, I and Marcus was by far my favorite person to work with. I felt like we worked well together. Meaning like we got shit done. Our orders didn't like we never had were like really backed up that I remember when it was you and I. Um, and also, you know, it's just he was a good guy to talk to. It was fun. But so, with that being said, right, we were coming up on the busiest day of the year, aka Mother's Day, right? I don't know what this guy had going on. You know, I was like, oh man, Mother's Day is gonna be so fucking busy. Just whatever, go in. I show up, right, and you know, Marcus. I think usually I got there a little bit before him, so I wasn't like tripping or anything. And then you know, it got to the point where it was time for us to clock in. Dude wasn't there. I was like, okay. And we had this older gentleman goes by the name of Ace. Freaking out here. He's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. He's not here. I can't stay and help you. I'm like, all right.
I can visualize his jowls just warping in the wind, saying that.
Yeah, no, it was he was something else, but he obviously wasn't going to volunteer to stay and help me, so I was pretty much on my own. Moral of the story: Marcus left me on the busiest day of the year. No call, no show. Middle finger to my face. And yeah, we're still good friends. So, but now he's making it a point for every Mother's Day to ignore me.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this today, because I'm not going to talk to him tomorrow.
Exactly. We couldn't do this podcast tomorrow because he's going to be ignoring me because it's Mother's Day. So.
Wait, do you really not remember why I didn't show?
No, what was it?
Remember we did the cross painting, and I think it was for Mother's Day that we did that,
Wait,
or it was close to it.
so you just what? You had too much wine at the cross painting?
No, we did that, and I was chilling with you, and I think maybe Caden or Rad, like there was somebody else there. I think we were hanging out, and we started like complaining about work and Ace Hole and this and that, and I was like, you know what? You're right. Fuck this place. And so I texted the boss in the middle of the night saying, hey, this dude's kind of a piece of shit, Ace over here, and I'm not gonna be coming in.
Oh
And
my god, I did not know
you don't
that.
remember? I was in the back of your car when I did it.
What? I don't remember that, man.
Yes. And I was like, fuck it.
I just remember how busy that night was. And I had Jimmy over here trying to help me out as much as he can. All he knows how to do is bread catfish. And then I have the servers. You want me to drop a fry? No, bitch. Get the fuck out of my kitchen. It's just
Yeah, that's how that happened. I
Yeah.
thought you knew. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Well, babe, this is what, your second Mother's Day?
Yep.
The first one, I mean, Jax was just still a little baby, but I mean, we still
1 month
celebrated.
old.
Yeah, we still celebrated.
That was like my favorite Mother's Day. I mean, I haven't experienced this one yet, but it was my only one. But it was really
Right.
good. My
Yeah.
my nanny was here, and
Oh yeah, we had the family up here. It was a good time. Yeah. You know, tomorrow we got planned. Jake and I, you guys know Jake, aka Yagi Boy. I don't know if he's in the cut, but shout out to him. Jake and I have been tasked to we got voluntold basically that we're gonna have to basically Jake and I have to be responsible for dinner and dessert.
Basically, they have to be responsible men and take care of the women on Mother's Day.
But then the other responsible man isn't.
What? Because it's his birthday.
Wasn't his birthday like last year?
Yeah, but we're celebrating it today because he just got back from Washington.
Oh, okay. So happy birth, mother.
What?
What the hell is going on?
I don't know, but basically Jake and I are gonna have to go get pizza, go get dessert. Not a big deal, right? It's fine.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make everything. I
No,
was like, okay.
he's making it a big deal, and all he has to do is
Oh my
order a
God.
fucking
I'm not making it a
pizza.
big deal. I probably would have preferred to cook.
Then cook.
No,
We're just saying that you guys are probably not gonna want to cook.
if you
but
got
Jake for sure. So
you guys have to hear. Oh, I don't think I saved it. Jake sent me a text. He's like, apparently we're responsible for getting pizza for everyone. I don't know what this is about, but fuck it. Like, it was just funny. I was cracking
no,
up.
what did he say at the end?
I don't remember.
He said, I don't know what that's about or something.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it was. I should have saved it. It was actually hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I have no problem doing it. I was already prepared to do everything tomorrow. Just that's what we did for Mother's Day growing up. My mom.
Whip out that cooking school diploma you got there, and
Dude,
whip it
it's not a diploma, dude. It's a
I'm
certificate.
Dropout.
Certificate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fucking certificate, dude, and I didn't get it.
It's a dropout certificate.
What? Oh, that's right. You did tell me you
Just like
left.
my
Wow.
You didn't know?
cosmetology certificate, dropout certificate.
Yeah,
Oh man.
but she still cuts my hair pretty well. I'm wearing a hat just because I like wearing hats. TM Pat's coming soon. Not really.
I just cut Jackson's hair too. He looks fire.
Yeah, you guys want me to go get him? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Baby Cam.
All right, what were we talking about?
Okay. Since you brought up Mother's Day, I kind of wanted to, spring a few questions on you,
Okay.
on both of you, and see what maybe if you had some wild ass answers, because knowing both of you, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay, all right,
I guess this
let's
is
start.
Marcus's segment.
This is my yes. I'm just throwing it out there. I have to.
Hmm.
Okay, for both of you, what is the weirdest punishment you've ever gotten, and what did you do to deserve it?
Mm.
Chill.
Um,
Yeah,
I'll
I
go.
want to hear it.
I'll go ahead and go first. I don't specifically remember what I did. I mean, I did a lot of. I got involved in a lot of shenanigans growing up. Nothing crazy or anything. I didn't kill anyone. But essentially,
That's what you're comparing your shit to.
Did you hurt
essentially,
someone? Jeez.
no. I don't remember what I did. Like, I really don't. Essentially, my dad gave me a choice. He's like, you can either get the belt or you can be grounded. I'm like a kid. I don't remember exactly how old I am. I'm like, I don't want to get fucking beat. Just fucking ground me. Obviously, I didn't say that, but I was like, fucking probably threw some attitude, like, grounded, whatever. He's like, all right, you're grounded. And he didn't tell me how long. Well, he did tell me, but he's like, you're grounded for 486 hours.
God
I
damn.
was like, as a
Shit.
kid, I'm like, what? Until I go to college? Like, how am I supposed to know how long that is? And then,
You're
like,
in your room writing tally marks on the wall for the days.
yeah. And then, as I got older, I realized, like, oh, this shit's like 2 weeks. It's not that big of a deal. But it's the way he made it seem like, yeah, this is a fucking big deal. 486 hours, you're fucked. And, like, I brought it up to him, like, a couple of years ago, or I can't remember exactly when, and he just started cracking up. He didn't even remember it. He just was like, "That's some shit I would do." But yeah,
Oh my
I don't remember exactly what I did. It had to be something like, like grades. It might have been, or I don't know. What
For
about
2 weeks of punishment? What? You get a fucking Omega? Like, you had to go to a whole different alphabet to calculate that score.
you? All right, everyone, calm down. What about you, babe?
So basically, the typical punishments for me were taking my phone away and not being able to like leave the house. But
Classic.
one time, um, some guy named
Shout out, Sean,
White,
if you're watching.
Sean White, you're an asshole.
Shit, we're name
So
dropping. Holy.
yeah, Facebook, look him up. Okay, he posted on Facebook a picture of my car and my license plate parked at a park, saying that I was selling weed to minors,
Oh.
Whoa.
and I wasn't. But anyway, I was at work, little old Arby's, flipping some fries and shit.
Right.
And I get off work, and all of a sudden, my car's gone. My
Damn.
parents came with their spare key and took my car from work.
What?
Yeah. So a little bit of shade. I don't know if my mom will listen to this, but that pissed me off. That was the worst possible thing. So basically, I moved in with my dad, and yeah.
Wow.
So none of it was true. I wasn't selling weed to kids. The actual story was these
She's
two
like, they weren't
kids.
minors.
They were minors. So these two kids, one of them being Sean's son, got too high with their friend, and they were freaking out about it, and they saw me and a couple friends at the park, and they were like, can you, like, I'm tripping, I'm paranoid, can you help me? And so I was like, yeah, like, I fucking smoke weed, like, I know sometimes you have a bad trip or whatever, and you're fucking 13, 14, whatever.
Right. Right.
So I was like, yeah, get in my car, here's some water, if we're gonna just chill, it's okay. And so then he pulls up to the park, and we all go fucking hide because we thought it was a cop. And we were just like on the playground, and then we see him taking pictures of my car. So I don't know how the fuck this all got back to him for like him thinking I was selling drugs to kids, but basically he thought that I was the one who got his son high when
Yeah.
really his son was at his friend's house smoking, and I was the one who was trying to help him, and like I was gonna give
Yeah.
him a ride home,
Wow, that's crazy.
and
That's fucked up.
yeah, so
Damn. That's
Sean,
fucked.
Not
if
all
you're out there,
heroes.
I was helping your kid.
You know what would have been worse? Like they didn't take your car, they just took off the wheels and left it there. That would have been hilarious. I would have laughed. And the thing is,
Yeah,
I could see them doing that too.
yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god.
it was shitty because the Arby's was like connected to a gas station, and it was like far, like out. It was really on the edge of town, small town, but like still,
Yeah, I can't believe
there
they
was
left you there. That's the thing.
there was like no way, and so I just called my friend after. I actually ended up quitting Arby's that day because I saw that my car was gone and I got pissed, and I
Yeah.
went to my manager, and my manager literally told me like, this is why no one loves you, like whatever. And I was like,
God
okay,
Oh
damn.
what the
my
fuck, you're a
god.
fucking bitch. And so I threw something. I think I threw my apron at her, and I was like, okay, fuck you then, like, see ya. So I waited outside.
See ya.
I waited outside. Oh, I told her like I'll be back tomorrow for my check. And then I called my friend and I went to her house and we smoked some weed and I got over it and then I moved in with my dad.
Damn.
So yeah.
I think if we're keeping score, I think that one beats mine. But let's
Yeah,
uh
a little bit.
do you have another one?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so we've all been embarrassed by parents before.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody. But what is an embarrassing moment that will stick with you forever?
Hmm. All right. You want me to go first again, babe?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have one.
All right, here I got one. So,
Okay, so if you don't have one, I'll tell one then.
okay.
Okay.
So I don't I had to be in like kindergarten or something. I hope my mom watches this because she already knows. She probably already knows where it's going. So I was in kindergarten, and like you're probably thinking, "Wow, kindergarten, most embarrassing thing that's gonna stick with you, bro." Trust. This almost ruined my like being able to speak in front of people. But anyway, kindergarten, we're doing a recital. We're doing a recital of Splish Splash. I was taking a bath. I don't remember why. It might have been, we were going into summer or whatever, and just getting ready to splish splash around. Um, but the part of the skit was, we had our bathing suits on, and then over it we had our robes. We had robes, and then like in the middle of the skit, you like untied your robe, and then you like have your bathing suit on, right? And you're like splish splash,
You might
whatever.
want to start an investigation on this school.
Yeah, dude. Now that I think about it,
That's a
it's kind of
little
sus.
close.
But back in the day, no one probably cared. They only cancel culture would eat them up if they did that these
Yeah.
days. But anyway, so my mom tied my rope. We get up there, right? Here comes the part, right? I'm center stage, spotlight right up. No, I'm kidding. It was like outside. we're
You were
all.
the tree.
I was what?
I said you were the tree in the back.
No, everyone was doing the same thing. Everyone had their robe on, and then it was getting to the part where you had to like take it off, untie it. Um, and then I go for it, and the shit is like triple knotted by God Himself. I could not untie that shit for anything. I'm sitting there pulling it, and everyone else has their robe off. I'm just standing there. I like just freeze, and I start crying and
I'm
run off
gonna clip.
stage.
I'm gonna clip that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, that's fine. Yeah, but she gave me the knotted I don't even know what kind of knot it was. She probably doesn't either, but I couldn't do it. So that was mine. And
Oh,
I still remember that kindergarten. Shout out to little schoolhouse.
I wish I could remember back that far. I don't remember shit from kindergarten. I pissed myself one time because they wouldn't let me go to the bathroom, and
Jesus.
they made me the caboose of the line going to lunch while I was in my pussy pants. But that's about it.
Did they actually call it the caboose?
Yeah, in my school, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, mine
Really?
too.
Man, it was the front of the line or the back line, right? I hated
I think the back.
the like why. I mean, I understand why single file lines were a thing, but it's like I don't know if y'all school had the shit like the striped hallways, and they made you stay in the fucking stripes, and you're just walking. Like,
I think so.
No,
like
I think
mine
mine did.
mine had a thing for like the really little kids, and they all had to like hold a rope
the
when
fuck?
they were
Oh,
in
what the
line.
fuck?
They were like in line, and the rope had little circles, and everybody got a circle.
Wow,
What the fuck?
that's
They're like,
It
God
was
damn,
just for
if
like
we
the
only had
little.
leashes.
It was for like the little preschoolers though. Like they were little,
yeah. You
so you
see,
know one of them's gonna wander off. Like you
right?
know.
You know that's pretty much like the only story, like embarrassing story I have. I think because like as I started growing up, I started like not caring. You know, just
Yeah, yeah.
I got that fuck it, like who gives a fuck? Like you're gonna think what you want to think. And for the most part, everyone liked my parents. So like, yeah.
I love your parents.
Hey, thanks, man. Shout out to Kevin and Nancy if you're watching. Shout out to Lacey,
Oh, okay.
Jason.
Let me see. If I had to think of my embarrassing moment involving my parent or my mom at least, I would say it was when I was 13 and she found out that I had a girlfriend. And it was my first girlfriend. And Valentine's Day was right around the corner. Like we had only been dating for maybe a couple days.
Yeah.
And she found out and she forced me to buy this girl 12 roses that the school happened to be selling and they would like deliver them to you in the middle of class.
Oh shit.
And then everybody knew that we'd only been together for like 2 days. And my mom was like, "If you don't do this, I'm calling the school. I'm gonna find out if you bought this or not. And
Oh
if you
my
didn't, I'm
god.
gonna whoop your ass when you get home." So I was like, "Oh my god." I went to school the next day and I bought the shit, and of course, everybody knew. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get you anything." And everybody's just like watching us. I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah.
And dude, everybody thought I was like madly in love with her because of that. They thought I was like obsessed, and it was terrible. I felt so weird.
That's actually funny, dude.
That now, thanks, mom.
what grade did your girlfriend teach?
Fuck you. Eighth.
Oh my god. Did you think of one, babe?
No, I don't really have one.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean,
Okay, I
not from
got
my mom.
What's that?
I said, I mean, not from my mom.
Man, you don't even tell me about your dad.
Like, there's plenty from my dad.
I don't know what the fuck just happened there.
what? Oh, we got.
I
man.
accidentally clicked that. Sorry, technical
Oh my-
difficulties.
How do you rickroll yourself?
Dude, that's actually hilarious. Anyway, what were you saying, babe?
I said, there's plenty from my dad, but I don't know.
Hey, your dad's cooler than the other side of the pillow. Wow, I butchered that. But I'm excited to meet your
So-
dad.
Is that a roast on my mom?
No, that's not a roast on your mom. But you did tell me about a time your mom used rad.
Well, yeah, so that was embarrassing because we were all at like the neighbor's house. Like, I just moved to Colorado, and I was the only one that had to move to Colorado. That's a different story. Anyway, we were at the neighbor's house for like a barbecue type thing, and she told me, like in the middle of the conversation, she was like, just trying to fit in, I guess. And was like, yeah. She said something, and then she said the word rad. And I was like, nobody says that.
Oh
And she's
my
like,
god.
you just said that the other day. And I was like, what
You
are you
probably
talking
did
about?
too. You probably did.
No, I don't think I did. I was so confused.
That's hilarious.
Might as well have said groovy.
My mom would do the same thing. but it's because she was a high school teacher. So whatever the high school kids are saying, she would know. So she was all over YOLO. She was all over. What else was there?
Swag.
I don't know if she. I don't know. Oh, do you guys remember when "I'm Down" started getting really popular? Like, I'm down.
Yeah.
Not really.
No,
I don't.
I remember when that started like heating up a little bit, but like I was saying it, and then one time I don't remember the specific thing. It was probably like you can we go get like breakfast or something? She's like, I'm down. What? What did you
She
just?
still says that all the time.
I know she does. I love her. But you know, people still say I'm down. You guys remember when you would back when you would describe something that was cool and you'd say tight? Oh yeah, that's tight.
Yeah, it's tight.
I
But
did
then
it for
it turned
very.
to lit.
What'd you say,
Yeah,
babe?
oh no.
I said then it turned to lit.
Yeah, tight turned to lit. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Oh
But
god.
I learned tight from my cousin Josh. Shout out to Josh. Um, I was like, what the hell is tight? But I started saying it. And then I think it's funny how that just disappeared. And I wonder when lit's gonna disappear. Like, oh yeah, that's lit, dude. But
I said tight a little bit, but I never got into lit.
never got into lit. Lit, I like lit
Just
because
like you never like Marcus never says like vibey or anything like that. And
oh yeah,
that's like my literal like dictionary is
Yeah,
vibe and
I like
I'm
lit.
and
weird.
lit.
I like lit. I'm like, yeah, it's lit, bro. It's just like it's easy. It rolls off the tongue better than tight. Like, oh yeah, that shit was tight, bro. Bro, that stream was tight, dog. Like, nah, just no. What am I doing, dude? Hey, that stream was lit though, bro. Like, shit, low key, sheesh. But anyway, I got sidetracked. What were we talking about? Embarrassing moments. That was it, though, right? Or do you have?
Oh yeah.
Hit
I
us,
got more.
hit us with some more.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Okay, was there ever a moment you had to lie to get out of trouble when you were growing up? And if you did, what was the lie, and did it work or not?
Um, let's see. I mean, definitely yes. Um, do I remember? Maybe. I don't. So I remember the lie. I don't remember what actually happened. If that makes sense. So my friend Caden and I, shout out to Caden, driving around in my first vehicle, which, all right, don't roast, 2005 light blue Toyota Prius, right? But I had that shit bass boosted, all right? That shit bumped. Anyway, um, okay, you know what? Actually, I do remember what happened. So essentially, I had cracked my, I believe it was my passenger rearview mirror, passenger side view mirror, whatever it's called. You know what mirror I'm talking about on my car.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had cracked that, and I had told my parents that I was parked too close to the mailbox, and when I drove away, I hit it. What really happened is Caden and I were trash can tipping, and I ran into the trash can. And it folded and hit my window. I'm surprised my window didn't shatter. Oh, I got another one. That. Holy shit! Oh my god. Okay, so it was back in 2015, 2014, something like that. I was visiting from college, and I brought my two college friends at the time, Tony and Ian. Shout out to Tony, not Ian. Um,
Are you gonna lie about shit when you're in college?
No. You haven't heard the story yet.
Okay.
Um, so my mom, we got there, right? We were staying at my parents' house. Out of nowhere, I don't know how we did it. We convinced my mom to get a new car, right? So we go to the dealership. Um, the car was eventually going to be for me, but she wanted me to prove that I could do good in college and that I can get it. So she got a Camaro, right? All blacked out, standard Camaro, right? And it was nice. We test drove it. I barely knew how to drive stick, so it was a little off and on. But then I had another friend who was local to the town named Anival. Shout out to Anival. He drove this big lifted Ford F-250. Right, doors were the bottom of his door was basically on my chest. So he had left his door open. I opened this. I opened the driver door to the Camaro, and then it just like the bottom part of his door, it's like really pointy, and it just stuck into the Camaro door, and I'm like, fuck. It it wasn't super bad. It was like a little scratch, and then like a slight dent, like the slightest dent. And the lie was that it was like that. Um, and I'm pretty sure she ended up getting a little bit off because of it. So that's why I lied. Is that justifiable?
I don't know, dude. Anything that regards vehicles kind of bugs the fuck out of me.
Really, really.
Just because I'm scared, like, cause it's funny when it happens to someone else, but when it's me, no.
Will it make you feel better if I tell you I never got the car
Yes, actually.
because I dropped
That's
out of
probably
college?
because you dropped
Yep.
out. Yeah.
So I didn't earn it. So I drove around my mom's Lincoln MKZ, which was a nice car, right? Really nice car. Until I totaled it. And then I got my Nissan, which I've had ever since. And coincidentally, that's right around the time I met Assy online. So full circle.
I still have the picture of you.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
there was a really
that's why I was
weird.
getting it towed.
Yeah, there was a really. I don't know why. Like it's so emotional. It was like it looked like an emotional picture. It was me standing there with my arms on my hips, looking at my car as it's getting towed away, as if like I had sentimental value to that shit. I really didn't, but yeah, those are I guess two times where I lied. So
I have 3 pretty quick ones.
got an A. All right, go.
So first one, since Marcus said car stuff bothers him. So,
Oh god.
um,
Okay.
you know, like the trunks where you have to unlock it with your key.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a car, and my key was in the trunk, and me and my friend were fucking around, and um, Jackson's awake, by the way.
Okay, you tell your
Me and
story.
my friend were okay. We were fucking around, and she jumped over, like she was just jumping over the trunk. I guess I don't know what the fuck was going on. But anyway, she bent the fuck out of my key, and it was like stuck in the back of my trunk.
God damn.
And when we finally got it out, there's like no way of straightening it out and fixing it. So I'm pretty sure I just told my mom like I was walking by and like hit it hard and it like bent. So that was one. Another
Meanwhile,
one
is your friend
is
Dukes of Hazarding over your ride?
yeah. Another one is me and my cousin. I don't know if I should mention which one because I don't know. But anyway, he was staying at my house because we were gonna go camping. And for some reason, as the like 15-year-old people we were, we thought like, hey, let's steal a Mike's Hard out of the fridge and like
Fuck.
and just drink like one. Like what the fuck is that gonna do?
Yeah.
And so we each drank one. And instead of just throwing them away, which would have probably not got me caught, I decided to shove them in my dresser drawer. And a couple months later, my mom was in my room. I don't remember what was going on, but she found them. And I got in a lot of trouble for that. So, a lot of trouble. And basically after that, anytime they left the house, they would put a chain around the refrigerator.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I
Like,
wasn't
what if
allowed.
you just wanted like cheese?
Well, they had like a specific alcohol refrigerator.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh,
Like it was like extra food and like just alcohol. So anytime they'd leave, even if it was just like to go to the store, they would lock the fucking refrigerator up because apparently I can't be trusted with alcohol. So
you should have waited till they came back, found the key, locked it, and then hid the key. Be like, you know what it's like now.
yeah, I'm trying to remember what other one I was gonna do. Mm, I don't know. Fill the silence while I think.
Okay, well, I can tell you mine.
Okay.
Okay, so it's stupid. When I was younger, I never really got rides to school. I walked a lot, but every other year I would ride the bus. And when I was living in San Antonio, I would ride the bus, but a lot of days I would go to the bus stop and I would pretend to wait there, and then I would go and hide, and so the bus would miss me, and then I would go home and be like, "Hey, mom, the bus never came."
Oh
And
my god.
so there was one time I went to the or I went near the bus stop, and I watched it from around the corner. I watched it drive away, and I went back to the house to say, "Hey, mom, it never came," and she was gone. I guess she went to work. Yeah, I think she went to work. So I wasn't expecting her back. So I was like, "Oh, sweet, I can just bullshit around the house." So I went in the house and I got comfortable and blah blah blah, and I heard the garage door opening maybe 10 minutes later. So I fucking grabbed my backpack and I ran upstairs and I hid in my bedroom in the closet. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna wait for them to leave, wait for her to leave, and then I'll go back down and I'll watch TV or whatever." They found me. She found me 5 minutes later in my closet. The only reason she knew to look for me was because I was making toast in the middle of when I heard
Oh
the
my
garage door
god.
opening. So she smelled it, found the toaster, and decided to look. Because what fucking robber is gonna come in and be like,
Make some toast.
"No jewelry? How about that Wonder Bread though? Let me get some
So,
toast."
so what'd she say when she found you?
And she was like, "What are you doing in here?" And my dumb ass was like, the bus never came." And it was like oh god, it was not. It was maybe 30 minutes later after I avoided the bus and she took off. I was like, the bus never came, and I came back and you were gone, so I just got comfortable. It's like,
Oh
fuck.
gosh. I
I could have
remember,
had it too. I could have had it too, but
yeah, if you weren't making toast.
it was too quick. I got comfortable too quick.
I remember a time when, so my mom would always drop us off at the bus stop, and one time we were running a little late, and the bus had already started driving down the road. She literally drove in front of the bus and parked, like, and stopped in the middle of the road and was like, and told us to get on. So we were all like in the middle of the road walking
Fuck.
to get on the bus because
Yeah.
we missed it. That was a little
Oh,
awkward.
a little bit, huh? Oh, I got
Yeah,
another one.
all right.
So we had internet, but it was mainly restricted for the adults to have it only, to have
Hmm.
access to it on the computers. So we had it, but me and my siblings couldn't use it. And I think I was around 13, 14, probably 13. But I had a cell phone, and it was one of those basic flip phones. If you go on Google,
Yeah.
you can see maybe 6, 7 words on there, plus the search bar and the Google logo. And, me growing up, I was into certain material that should not be accessible to someone of my age. And I didn't know that there was a search history on that stuff because it was all new to me.
Yeah.
Cell phones had been around for a while, but that was like my first or second phone, and I didn't know that's how that worked. That there was a search history. So I would go on certain sites, look at certain things, and when I found out my mom knew how to check that, I looked it up and I didn't know how to remove it from the history. And I broke my phone, dude. I broke it and I
No.
threw it down the street in a ditch. And then I had had the phone maybe a week.
Oh
And I was walking
my
home.
god.
I was walking home. My mom was like, "Hey, I've been trying to call you. Where's your phone?" I said, "I lost it." I said, "I put it in my backpack. I put my backpack down when I went to go eat lunch. When I got it, my backpack, it was gone, and it was down the street. I broke the fuck out of that shit. I beat.
Oh my god.
I was in the NWA when I whooped that ass,
Oh
and she
my
never found
god.
out. She never found out.
Crazy.
That is
I like
hilarious,
Okay,
dude.
so my last one, I remembered it. It's not really like a bad lie or anything, but uh, I did online school for high school, so I had a laptop, and anytime my mom would take my phone away, I still don't think she knows this because, new technology.
Mhm.
But so she'd take my phone and think like, oh, she can't do anything, right?
Yeah.
Besides school, like I told her, like my argument was like, you can't take my laptop because I have to do school. So, you know,
Damn.
and I don't know if y'all are familiar with it or not, but the text now, like you can go on a website and just get a phone number and text people.
I
Yeah, I've done that.
I've never heard of that.
So well, I texted you through it when we were dating. So
That's sus.
You know.
because I was grounded sometimes. Anyway, um, anytime I got grounded, I would just go on there and text all my friends. I had everybody's number written down, and yeah,
I wasn't the first name written down.
it was probably like Emma or Savannah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh man.
But honestly, you and my other ex, you know who I'm talking about, were like the only reason I would actually like need it because I was like, oh my god, they're gonna think I'm freaking ignoring them or dead.
Yeah.
Like that was our only way of talking.
Do you have any more questions, or should we just wrap it up?
um. Okay, I got two of them. They should be pretty quick.
All right, let's go, and we'll just wrap it
Okay.
up.
All right. All right. If you had to describe your mom in 3 words, what would they be?
Anyone?
Okay. Oh, I'll go first.
Okay.
Um, funny.
Hmm.
He's really funny, goofy. Um, man, it's hard to only think of 3. Let's see. Maybe I shouldn't have gone first.
I can go. All right. So I'm also gonna use funny. I'm gonna use clumsy. I mean, I love her, but she broke her ankle while I was in her tummy. Funny, clumsy, and I'm going to say, man, how do I say this? Funny, clumsy, easily angered.
So
I-
irritable.
yeah. There you go.
Okay, I'll
Irritable.
say funny, smart, like book smart, and
Yeah.
street. I mean, I guess she's just a really knowledgeable person. Like if I ask her anything to do with like adulting, she knows. Um, and let's see, maybe
Please say
nosy.
single.
No,
Oh.
she's not single, but
What the fuck?
So nosy, huh?
yeah, yeah, she's like, I don't know. I don't want to
Digging in
get too
your
into it.
internet history or what?
Well, like, I don't want to get. I don't know if she's gonna listen to
Everyone listens to Throuple Thoughts, best podcast in the land.
but yeah, like she literally found out that I was cutting myself in like middle school because of text messages between my friend. Um, I've seen her go through my shit, and like I said with the beer can story, like shit just gets found all of a sudden
Yeah.
when I was a
Yeah.
kid. So
Damn.
But at the same time, I'm glad that there's parents that kind of dip in, maybe
yeah,
to the extent that that's needed. You know,
yeah,
Yeah, for
not
sure.
and there is definitely overbearing and where they're just doing too much. But a parent that actually decides to look into what's going on, checking in on you, that seems nice
yeah.
or
I mean,
Exactly.
good to me.
at the moment, it was like annoying just because like it's your parents, it's annoying.
Yeah, yeah.
But now I look back and think like if it was Jackson, like I would probably do the same thing to an extent.
For sure, for sure. Yeah. Um, you got one more?
Oh yeah, yeah. One more. Okay. Should be quick. Okay, what is the best memory you have with your mom?
Best memory I have with my mom. Man, there's so many. Shout out to my mom.
As
Um,
he's watching you right now,
she's
make her proud.
watching. We used to take a lot of road trips together. Her and I were road trip pals for a long time. Del Rio to Houston, 7 hours, 7+ hours because she had to use the restroom a lot. We'd jam out in the car. I definitely miss those days when we would, and I couldn't even drive at the time. I couldn't even help her. Um, but the last road trip we took together was when I drove up here to Oregon. She came with me, and it kind of gave me like that um old time nostalgic feel of like when we would road trip together. It was awesome. So I would either say that like not a single memory, but like those times where we would travel together, um, or the concerts that her and I would go together because we've been to like uh, 3 or 4 concerts together. It was fun.
Oh, like Judas Priest.
Rush,
That was close.
Motley Crue, Miley Cyrus. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that'd have to be mine. How about you, babe?
I didn't think about the concert until you said it, but I've only been to one concert with my mom, and it was really good.
You went
It was a
where
really
with your
good
mom?
memory. So a concert,
What concert?
Motley Crue and Kiss.
What
You
the
went to
fuck?
Kiss?
Everybody has fun
Wow.
with me.
Yeah,
Damn.
so that was a good memory. That was before I started smoking weed, and right next to us, this couple was like on a blanket, just like smoking a joint, and I was like looking at her like, what are they doing? Like that shit stinks.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I'm sure you're like you were like, hey, pass that over, puff puff pass. What's up? What's good? Common,
no, I really wasn't like
common
that
courtesy. Let's go.
yet. But another one would actually be the day that I told her about Justin and that I was moving with Justin. It was like a day where I don't even remember what we were doing, but we were in town
Weren't you at breakfast?
and no, well, kind of. We went to this sandwich place and like had lunch and yeah, so I told her literally on the way there about Justin for the first time, like after 3-something years.
Yee.
So, and that was the day where I was like, yeah, so there's this guy, and I'm moving to him in
That's
a month.
crazy,
And
right?
then literally a week after that day is when I met Justin.
Yeah,
So
that's absolutely
that was a good
insane.
memory with her.
Good ass memory.
Memory.
Another one would be when we came here from the flight, like for you to meet my mom. That was just like a good
Oh yeah, that was
feeling,
cool. Yeah.
like a hug and just like a this is the new life type of thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
That was cool. Yeah. A lot of great stories. Guys, tomorrow is Mother's Day. If you're, lucky, blessed enough to have your mother around with you, make sure to wish her happy Mother's Day. Let her know how thankful you are, for being here. Even if it wasn't, the best relationship growing up, just let her know. If you got a wife or a girlfriend who is the mother of your child, you treat her right, gentlemen. You hear me? All right? You make her feel special like we should every day. I'm gonna get extra special. Went out and got some gifts. I got her flowers, which she already knows about, so don't freak out because I couldn't keep those in my car. But I got her some other stuff. So I have a feeling she'll like it. But yeah, man, that's gonna go ahead and do it for episode number 2 of Throuple Thoughts. Hope you all enjoyed it. You guys have any closing statements that you'd like to put out there?
Thank you for the flowers.
You said thank you for the flowers.
Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome, Marcus.
my closing thoughts would be delete your browser history, and I don't know. I love all moms out there. Hey, if you're single,
Oh my god! All right, guys.